looking this good at the moment.
Everything working for them. Going to be starting on the T side now, and a straight rush to the A bomb site. They are ready to go. Deep nade being thrown down there. No one checking shadows. Oh, they're going to blow him up. It's a cool double nade. Fico goes down, but Flames in the corner. He'll find 3 headshots to bring down Twist, Kerrigan, and Rain. And now this round is looking a little bit dicey. Rob's running out of bullets, and Neofrag coming in with a double kill to seal the deal for OG.
Good shooting, and I mean, what a play from Flames, just getting into dark underneath the balcony right before they spotted him. All the focus on Kerrigan as the leading player up the ramp was the nade towards Ticket Booth. He never saw that shift, and this is some disgusting shooting. Nicely done. Those can be tough shots to hit, and Flames manages it 3 times over. Good finishing kills from Neofrag as well. And yeah, no chance to recover from that one, no chance to respond in time. 1-0 for OG. They didn't win a pistol on Ancient, so at least they've got it started on the right foot here.
Yeah, that's a bit scary there. You hear the panic cries coming out that someone's in shadow, but it was too late by then. Second round, and yeah, given the fact that the bomb went down to the pistol, they've gone straight for it. 1 AK, 3 Galils, and a Deagle, so they're really, really well equipped.
Yeah, Neofrag hears those Galil bullets ringing out, and he's like, you know what, I actually don't want anything to do with this fight at all. I'd like to not take this at the moment.
But they're pretty, I mean, they got 3 M4A1s, they got the head armor as well on OG, so they're pretty well equipped themselves to try and fight this. Not a lot of nades left on the T side at this point in time.
Yeah, they have mid control, but they haven't really progressed all the way down the ramp with the cover of the smoke and window, the cover of the smoke and con. So we'll see when those fade what they decide to do, but certainly FaZe is going to be looking for some heads-up fights. They're going to have a tough defense to deal with as well. 2 players pushed up towards the top of A ramp if they want to wheel up connector. Even have Flames back at Ticket Booth as well, so a pretty solid defense for OG, all things considered. And now they're going to start getting information.
Oof. Dink onto Flames. He's not going to be enjoying that. But that double setup at the ramp position could be very hard to clear out if you're coming up from the connector like this. Look at the CT side. They're just chewing them up. There are no nades to block out anything, no flashes to set up any kind of a swing fight there. So you're just running into the open and hoping that you can win the first battle. And when you don't, it just all falls apart. Clean round. Flawless round, in fact, from OG.
Yeah, wonderful round from Dexter. They make that push down A ramp at the perfect moment to find that safety and find that really advantaged position. Well done from OG, surviving 2 tough rounds early on. This is just good shooting. No chance for Rain. Twist as well. Rops is trying to challenge towards the dink at Ticket Booth that came out earlier but wasn't prepared for the SMG. And FaZe going to be back to pistols. 3 Deagles picked up, a P250 on Twist.
Yeah, at least enough that they could be a little bit dangerous if they find the right opening, but Dexter and Flames in the middle is not going to let them at all. Challenge with the Deagle. It's a good shot for Rain, but he's also the last one alive. Could try and run for it and maybe pick up that rifle, but he's already kind of getting zoned out here. Neofrag has shown up, and that rifle is hard to discover at the moment. Rain trying his best, but ultimately he'll go down as well. So great start here for OG. This is the kind of beginning that they really needed.
Yeah, nice to see them shake off for that really, really rough opening map. 3-16 loss on Ancient if you're just joining us here on Mirage, and actually just come out and challenging. I mean, even I know they're like this is a round against unarmored pistols, but even on the previous round against guns, pushing down A ramp, taking space, taking control, getting information, being proactive on the map, and OG have bounced back to get a good start here on Mirage.
It's given them a lot of money to work with on that CT side. So something that FaZe will have to try and chew through at the start of this half. Yeah. AK's coming out now for the T's.
Dexter's already rich. 7,100. Yeah. That's quite nice for your opera this early on. Rain's got a big task. Flames to deal with and Dexter to respond once presence is known. And that is a great double kill from Flames. Dexter is trapped, but he's got his teammate there to bail him out. Another impactful triple kill for Flames, and another dominant defensive round from OG.
Yeah, they don't lose a single player again. That last kill, especially down in the underpass, saving his teammate, stuck in that corner with the AWP. It could not have been better.
This is a picture-perfect start for OG on the CT side as well. They've lost 1 player in the last 3 rounds, so money is just going to balloon. They're going to be feeling real confident, real comfortable so far, and no miscues on the defense at this point.
Yeah, wow. Little jump, quick adjustment to pick up that one. Well, we said it had to be a good start, and so far it is. Deagle's picked up a scout as well. Dexter's starting to get that AWP warmed up.
Ooh.
Yeah. We talked about Brokey being an aggressive and exciting AWPer, but Dexter certainly can't be as well. In fact, watching those two added at some point be very, very interesting. But they're getting absolutely bombarded. This has to be a contender for the most amount of money had in the first 5 rounds of any Counter-Strike match for a while. Like, if they get like 3 back-to-back flawless rounds, that's too much.
Yeah, going to be really tough. FaZe is in an early hole. Yeah, I really like Dexter as an AWPer. That's a franchise-changing AWPer to get within your team. Ooh, nice shot from Twist with the Deagle, but not probably a whole lot more you could do, or I'll take it back. Nice shot on Nexa, and all of a sudden, you can start chipping away at the economy.
Yeah, obviously can't win this round, but the fact that he even got a couple of kills here, just, again, to wake up the rest of the team as well, but, you know, just do a little bit of damage like this makes a big difference in the end. He's going to be found by Fiku. Don't care so much about the bomb plant because they already had the round loss bonus, so they're going to be able to buy no matter what. So just trying to do as much damage as possible.
Man, if Dexter can keep this up throughout the game, you're not going to be seeing this kind of like crazy repeaks over and over once the guns are back out for FaZe. But if you can continue having that kind of impact, your 1 or 2 kills to open up the rounds of the AWP, that's going to make things so nice and so much easier for OG. They could really, really use it in a map they're trying to bounce back and stay alive in this series. 5-0.
By coming back out on the side of FaZe. Got that AWP on Brokey so they could try and challenge Dexter if they really feel like it. So mid-control being attempted. Shuffling around a bit in connector there on the CT side, wondering, it looked like almost they were going to try and set something up, but they kind of fell back.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to stay aggressive, but I think Dexter called it off on his jump over towards Catwalk, and he was like, nah, I don't want anything to do with this fight. They flashed me off the angle a couple of times. I'm going to back away. So he got deep vision in towards B tunnels. He can protect Nexa as he moves up. So again, information and proactivity on the CT side. Going to shrink the map a little bit, allow Dexter to be more mobile.
Did he not know?
Nope.
Fiku, how did he get down without anyone realizing? Rops! I can't believe it. Snuck up on the high ground. How does he get down low like that without anyone hearing?
I think Fiku's asking the same question at this point. Maybe a little calm kind of obscured the sound cue. But now you have Nexa in this advanced position. There's nobody close by, so he's got to play this perfectly. And he's also got to be worried. He's got to take a big risk that no one is coming through the halls. And oh my lord. No chance. Save call coming in for OG.
Yeah, you're probably not expecting to be checked that hard if you're up in the hallway like that. But Rain does.
But I mean, it's good heads up from Rain as well. He's like, okay, so we're not encountering any resistance. No one's peeking from Market Door. No one's at bench. No one's peeking for Van. Like, we've seen absolutely nothing. So I'll just keep my eyes here as the rest of the team moves forward. We're in a great shot from Rain.
I'd love to see a replay of that whole fight from Rops to begin with. Very curious how that played out.
It's got to be frustrating for Fiku as well.
There used to be, I don't know if this can still happen, but there used to be a thing where if you sort of slide up against the wall, you can sometimes almost get stuck on it a little bit. I wonder if that can break your fall enough.
Rops would be the kind of guy to know that as well.
Yeah, he is a nerd, isn't he? So he just might be. I don't know. I'm very, very curious. We need somebody to go find the evidence for like 10 seconds before that clip.
Disgustingly hard clear from Rain.
Yeah, but well done. FaZe obviously can't let them get away with that kind of a start. So back into the mix, 5-1, and they get to a little bit of revenge early on. The money that's built up though on the CT side is going to continue to be a problem for quite a while here. Still over 10,000 on Dexter. Fiku wondering if he should take a step forward. They've got that double A-ramp set up once again. So far, not seeing anyone out there.
FaZe giving time for Brokey to challenge. Look for a jump shot on the B defender. Opportunity wasn't there. Sound cues on A-ramp as well should let Kerrigan and Rops know that there was aggression, that there was presence. So they're going to be very heads up as they turn these corners. Deep smoke, though, to delay things. OG trying to run down the clock just a little bit, but that should give the indication over to FaZe. You hear someone spamming at B, you hear the aggressive defense at A, you know you've got some room in middle to work with.
Yeah, and much later mid-control this time for FaZe. They've been trying really early on in the rounds to get that, and it hasn't really been working out for them, but this time They go for it much, much later. And they are sneaking their way in. Rain is in a position where maybe he could find a way into that ladder room. Oh, he almost gets there. But he's going to get caught by Flames. And even though he goes down, he realizes Twist is in the middle as well. Some good information. Dexter's here on that AWP. He's found 2 kills already. Out in the open. He misses the next one, and he can't get the Deagle out in time. 25 seconds, and Twist in the middle to drop Fiku. And they might have a chance at a bomb plant here. Kerrigan running straight for it and trusting that Twist is going to be able to hold this line. Almost gives it up, but Kerrigan almost out of the way, but not quite. Nexus able to take him down. I actually thought he'd made a run for it.
What a sick reposition.
Yeah, they're not ready for this, or they might not be. Neofrag, Jiggle peeking into it, almost got taken down then. And running up behind him, Nexa, heavy footsteps. Twist knows he wants to fight both of them at the same time. He's out of bullets, Glock's out, and he wins the fight. That is one hell of a clutch.
That is just experience and knowledge, just realizing if you can make that move, if you can get that reposition in, you can isolate the fight, you can keep the defender off your back. That is such a disgusting clutch from Twist. What a smart 1v2.
As you pointed out, the reposition, but still, that mechanically, this is a very, very tough fight to win.
I talked to Twist about clutching just yesterday, and one thing he said, the reason why he loves playing in clutch is because when you're in like a 1v2, 1v3, you actually get to dictate a lot of the action. You actually, if you can use your positioning and mobility, you get to dictate where the next fight is going to be, and you get to really read what the reaction is going to be to your plays. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build on top of it. And this goes back to that really strong economy that OG built up in the first 5 rounds, that they're able to sustain these 2 losses and still come in with the very strong buy.
Yeah, they're definitely in a good position. And only losing Fiku so far. Dexter's wheeled himself into the middle. He's on 11-1 scoreline. Flashbang is great, and they're going to be able to take him down. Rop's now 1 versus 3. And they're going to counterflash him. That's really important. I was going to say, given the round timer there, maybe don't find him so much in the middle, even if it's a 1 versus 3, but with the flashbang, it makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, they let one go, but they strike back right away. Good job on the side of OG. They're coming in really hard on this second map. 6-2. And this is starting to look really, really good once again. I'm curious to see how FaZe are going to be able to react. Their money is just so desperate all the time. Difficult first half to be playing when you can't put together consecutive goodbyes. Kerrigan trying to see if he can get onto the bomb side a little bit quicker this time. Deep flashes, smoke is there as well, and look at the path that he's actually, they're running back. He's alone here. They've sacrificed him just to try and force the rotation on the OG side, and it's working.
Yeah, he's pulled so much. He's shifted this defense so much, and Twist once again going to take a gap. Good positioning, good mobility. However, Nexa did beat the rotation, so he's at least gotten past the lurker. And Dexter's been on fire, on point with this ult. Pushed up. This can be multi-kill potential.
So risky being here if you get stuck in any way, but he's quick on the early one. The Brokey will take him down, so he couldn't really make the escape. Good re-peek, but as you pointed out, Nexa was already in the bomb site, so he's back here ready and waiting, taking down Rain, and with him the bomb, but Twist, that long flank has finally been coming through the window. He realizes someone's back there, and he's going to throw the Molotov. Nexus in a lot of trouble, and Twist will find him. Look at how aware he is of every single fight that had to happen to make this work. Fiku steps into the line, but Twist is going to be there, a triple on him, and he saves FaZe once again.
Yeah, he's having a big boy game right now. He's deciding so much, and what a round to recover. 3 of the last 4 going in the favor of FaZe. 2 of them direct responsibility of Twist. This time it's not a clutch. This time he's just in an aggressive lurk positioning, and he makes all the right calls. They knew the position of Nexa as well. He's prepared for the follow-up fight, cleans out the defense entirely.
And he has that tiny gap once he gets the first kill on the market, and he just runs towards the window where he knows the communication on the OG side. It's really unlikely that Nexa could be ready for that fight, because the guy dying sort of has to call it out first and say, like, wait a minute, like, you know, I actually got shot in the back.
Yeah, he waits patiently too for Nexa to really shift over, because Nexa was sticking around in market and keeping an eye behind him.
Yeah.
And Twist actually gets the audio cue as well. The third player shifting over to be that rotator. When he hears those footsteps, he knows it's on. He knows he's got the opening that he's looking for.
And again, the whole setup, the reason Twist can get into that position is because of the early aggression from Karrigan taking all that space on the bomb side, right? So at first it doesn't seem like it's that much happening, right? It's just Karrigan kind of dying alone in A, and you think, all right, that's it. But the positional advantage that they gain for later in the round is absolutely huge. Rain in the middle, trying to take a bit of a fight. Flashbang still keep going over. They could have maybe lost a player there, but OG, they managed to get back. That looked like it was going to be really dangerous for Flames. All right. Robs having a bit of a battle here. Got to be careful. Nexus right on the other side, and he's going to get taken down. Robs senses the weakness and is ready to capitalize on it. Neofrag goes down. Dexter here with the AWP, and they know it as well. 3 on 3, and again, they got Twist in the window. He's managed to sneak through. This is what won them the round last time. Dexter's going to go check it, and that's a very smart play. Heads-up play from Dexter.
He can do more. Oh, goes for the run early. No one's even close by to help or assist in any way. That's a huge kill for Brokey. Gives a lot of space for FaZe to work with.
Karrigan does not want to re-peek it, especially because his teammate is there covering the same lineup. Good shot from Brokey. Might have just won the round, and he will take down Flames on top of it. Quad kill for Brokey. This time, I mean, maybe not the most flashy kills, but very good positioning and good work for Karrigan and Brokey to work together in that 2-on-2 at the end.
That might have, I don't know if it would have changed anything, but that's Dexter going way too early. There's no one there with him to take up that space once he goes down. Like, if he's got a teammate coming out with him, even if he dies, there's a rifle that could actually make it to the bomb site to challenge Karrigan or give a new angle for Brokey to have to worry about. Huge clutch, and look, you got to give credit over to FaZe. This was a disgustingly strong economy really early on in this, and they have just grinded it down. They have taken control for the last 5. Now they have the economic advantage. Now they have information that Rain has provided, and Twist is going to spray down at least 2.
Yeah, they try to pick up those AKs, but by the time they do, it's pretty much all over here. Fiku, zoned out and grenaded out ultimately. But you're absolutely right. They've really chewed through this money quickly.
And remember that this is the exact opportunity that OG missed on Ancient as well.
True.
When they eventually ground down the economy to a breaking point, not able to capitalize on it, now you get to see what happens in reverse because FaZe has got all the advantages in the world moving forward.
What a tough way to get going after all. I mean, for OG's point of view, this is FaZe are playing on the T side, right? So getting up to a 5-6 scoreline, they're going to be quite happy. I don't think FaZe is going to mind at all. And for OG, the high of sort of having this much of a powerful start, it can evaporate so quickly, and you start to feel like, man,
yeah, all of a sudden
even with that start, we can't even do it. This is a bit tough. But at least they get the AK out of this round. That's about the best we could probably say. And FaZe take a big step back into this opening half.
Timeout called. Second one for OG to talk things over. They've lost 3 in a row, 5 of the last 6.
Yeah, that weakness in the window, even if Dexter went to check it last time, doesn't really mean it's not there, right? It just means if he misses that timing by 2 seconds, then Twist is once again sneaking through and the round gets blown up. So something that OG have to be at least worried about in the future.
And I mean, this is just one of the many strengths that FaZe have as a team with all this talent, all these players mechanically gifted from top to bottom. Man, Twist has really kind of carried them through a tough stretch to get them into this started in Mirage.
Yeah.
And now you have someone like Brokey delivering some critical shots at the right moment to build on that. Karrigan taking a ton of space. All of a sudden, the rest of the players get their chance to shine just because of the opportunity provided by Twist with a pair of nice rounds earlier.
Still some rifles on the OG side. Of course, all USPs in the previous round. They managed to salvage 1 AK. They don't quite have the AWP to play around with on Dexter, so that's a bit of a downgrade, and they're lacking a couple of nades as well. But other than that, they should be competitive in this one. Looks like more of a set piece here coming in from the FaZe side. Deep smokes, flashes to go over. Karrigan, the first man in, leading the charge and occupying a lot of space. Not getting the kill yet, and Twist actually will go down, but he spotted a couple of them out, and now the follow-up nades are here, and I'm almost surprised that OG even have survived this part of it. They're still stuck out here, and the smoke is keeping them alive just barely. There's finally the kill happening. Dexter is on his own in a 1 versus 3, and he'll go down. Rain with the triple. That was a very, very delayed take once they were actually on the bomb site. And I looked for a minute like OG could bring it back, but I just think the information that they had about where those players were is so powerful.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird routes that are being run once they exit into the B bomb site as well, which had to be confusing to the defense. But again, I mean, you got to give Kerrigan a little bit of credit, even without finding that opening kill. Again, the space he's making and the way he pinned down those defenders on Catwalk,
yeah,
they could never be involved in the fight. They were constantly putting out defensive utility, just trying to survive, gave Rops a lot of space to work with, a lot of room to work with, and a lot of time to make his play. And OG could just never get a complete grasp of the situation. Opening kill from Twist. That's Fiku getting aggressive.
Big gap in the smoke in the middle. Is that a was that a body block coming in, I wonder? It feels like it could have been.
Yeah, very well could have been. Either way, FaZe in this round progressing onto the A bomb site. The op from Brokey really covering from Palace, and FaZe have found a freebie. They're going to be up to 7. Man. This will be their 5th straight.
That's a hard comeback, and they really had to fight for it. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, right? The Twist was forcing his will upon this game to bring FaZe back, and now here they are, looking like nothing had happened at all. Kerrigan up for a bit of a hunt, gonna find at least 1 kill for free, but gotta be careful they don't give away any rifles here, and it looks like they won't. In fact, they've just taken away the M4 there on the other side. Nexa has to try and keep it alive. This is a tough position for OG to be in now.
Yeah, they're getting worked. Absolutely worked. What a run that FaZe have turned this into. And this is against Dexter, who's playing a very good CT side. He's got 16 kills. He's leading the server with the AWP.
Yeah, he's done so much, but ultimately, doesn't look like it's going to make a big difference at the moment. OG needs something new, something different. They had those really good mid takes at the beginning when FaZe were also ready and willing to fight in the middle, but FaZe haven't really been doing that for a while. Again, they're not really trying to take mid, so if OG have those kind of setups where they have, you know, the AWP and flames and they're really aggressive, it's not going to matter anymore. No one's going to be fighting middle at the moment, so they're going to have to delay that. Kerrigan getting a little bit of info over at the B side. Twist taking the A ramp down in front. Sneaking through. This is close. Nearly with Nexa going down, and what an opening for Kerrigan. Able to get the kill, and as long as he can stay alive here, he can keep the pressure on. Rain's taking on Flames on the other side, and they're just getting blown up. This is disgusting. They win every fight across the whole stretch of the map. Down the middle, and now Rain sneaking up for Connector to take down Fiku. They've been picked apart in this round.
And again, this is just to harp on it a little bit more, because you know we like to give the guy credit when he deserves it. Kerrigan this is like there's so many rounds in this where you've just seen the plays that he's making solo into the A bomb site, forcing rotations. Now solo towards the B bomb site, keeping 2 players occupied, getting 2 kills off the back of it. You know, being the guy who's aggressive, making space towards the B bomb site, pinning down the defense on Catwalk. Like, even without the frag sometimes, the impact he's having at the moment is creating so many opportunities and pulling the defense into so many open fights against Kerrigan's more mechanically gifted teammates.
And it's so sick because, you know, to follow up on that, even if this goes wrong for Kerrigan, the fact that he has those teammates behind him means they can maybe even make up for it, right? Especially if Kerrigan gets the right amount of information. I feel like that's kind of the other side of playing that forward as an in-game leader. If he sees, even if he just, let's say he gets none of these kills, but he spots these 2 people, that's so much to work with for all of his teammates that are on the A side. Like, they can go right then. They're like, all right, cool. We could be pretty sure that there's going to be,
and I mean,
maybe only 2 people at the A bomb side.
Think of the way it's built upon as well. Just a couple rounds back, they had that early set piece towards the B bomb site at a timing. So now when Kerrigan's applying that pressure, you don't know how much of a commitment it is, and it allows FaZe to be pressuring multiple parts of the map at the same time, which is really tough for the defense to handle. Rops finds the fight he wanted. Fiku gets lured out into the open, another one into the open. Kills go the way of OG, but not for long. Not for long. Rain and Twist just tear them all apart, and OG gets peeled apart in the first half. 9-6 lead for FaZe, and we'll be right back with the conclusion of Mirage.
Here we go. It was all lined up for OG. They'd built themselves a perfect start. It looked like it was going to be just sunshine and rainbows and all the rest of it. But now FaZe have turned up at the later stage of that first half and absolutely dominated OG. And I can't even believe it. What a comeback it was. 9-6 at the end of it. And FaZe just looked way too good.
They won 7 in a row to close out the first half. They won 9 of the last 10 rounds. It was just a freakish run for FaZe. And once again, deja vu. OG getting themselves some hard-fought advantages in the first half and letting them slip away, or at least letting them be ripped out of their hands, you could say. Twist and Brokey shut down Catwalk, and it's just these last 2 players in B halls, and I don't know how you're ever going to gain space. Everyone is challenging, and Twist is looking sharp.
Yeah, he's not asking anymore. There's no pleas behind this. 17 kills on him, a triple in the pistol to start the second half with, and those shots look so deadly crisp. You can just tell he's absolutely a mechanical god at the moment, and playing up against this is going to be so difficult. Also, the confidence that comes with it. You could tell. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I might have 6 bullets left here, but I'm going to fight anyway.
And you can guarantee when someone's having a game like this as well, they're super zoned in and communicating very well, always to their teammates when they're going to be challenging for fights, and that just lets everyone know, gives everyone on your team a little bit of surge of confidence to know what the right play is to make because someone's communicating perfectly.
Yeah, they have that much like mental space for it.
Like if you know your teammate's going to be challenging at every moment, your decision making is really easy to swing with them.
Nice stack.
Yeah, I don't know what this is going to accomplish. It looks cool.
Could all die in the same spot.
The odds of someone pushing into this.
Even if somebody does, I guess if you jump straight down, maybe there's no escape. But obviously, if you jiggle it from the other side, it's like, oh, well, then there's not much to do. We'll see. Brokey's thinking about it.
Oh,
almost into it, but he takes the smart way around.
That is actually the best way to peek that.
Yeah, that really is. Oh, and here we go.
SWAT team.
Yep, coming down, lacking the ropes, but still getting the kills. That's pretty good. I like the attempt anyway.
You get the peak you wanted, just not the way you wanted it entirely.
Yeah, not at all. They were like,
you picked option number 3.
Almost. He almost dropped down into it. Not this time. 11-6, and FaZe 5 rounds away now from beating OG in a really, really comprehensive way on 2 maps.
Yeah, especially if this run continues, especially if they just kind of close this out without any more of a fight from OG.
Yeah.
Then you really only have the first 5 rounds of this map to look at and say that those are the 5 rounds OG was competitive.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true, which, I don't know, I mean, we all knew that the major was going to be disappointing for FaZe the way that the results ended up. And you want to make up for that. But it's one thing to have that feeling. It's another thing to actually make the swing back happen. And at least for now, it's early days, but it looks like they are really, really warmed up on this one.
I know. I came into this, the conversation I had in like the green room and out yesterday with some of the other talent was I very much thought FaZe was going to come in and just win this event. I thought this was going to be like one of those brutal bounce backs where it's just like, no, guys, like, you know, we're fine.
Yeah.
and this has just made me feel so much happier about that prediction. Look at these flanks, too.
Yeah, and again, we saw this on Ancient, the push-up from Robs on that map to just go into it. You get double flanked, one in middle, one in the palace, and you have no idea what's going on. What kind of call do you even make on the OG side? It's like, oh, they know everything we're doing. Great. Brokey's coming up with a double. At that point, that's almost like playing with a map hack on. You can see everything.
And it's also so hard to call and play against this when there's such a measure of disrespect in these kinds of pushes.
Yeah.
Because you can't ever predict when it's going to happen. What's the solution here? You just have to call default every round until they stop pushing, but that obviously has not been a concern whatsoever from FaZe.
Yeah, and also, I mean, even if that is maybe technically and by the book the correct call, it also now means you're playing their game and not your own game. Like, whatever plans you had, you probably weren't about defaulting every round, so gotta be really frustrating. 4 Deagles. And just all the momentum in the world here. Twisted 19 kills. He's done an amazing amount of work, but the rest of the team is there with him.
Next, getting spammed down through the wall, through the smoke. Deep nade chunks him down even more, and Kerrigan's finally going to clean it up. Twist with a chance to show off some highlights.
All right, good return on the Deagle there. I was going to say, that mid-air shot is just... it's too tempting. No rifles available for pickup either on the T side. Good stuff for Brokey there.
And no space being given, even on a round like that. Every step they take, there's a battle. There's an engagement just to take that one step. 13-6. Now 11 rounds in a row.
What a run. Must be an interesting conversation to listen into for OG when they come back. But there are some maps, obviously, when you look at them, or some matches where you look at them, you say, okay, you know what? A couple of things gone our way. Maybe this could have been different. It feels like that's going to be really hard to convince yourself of if this keeps going. You're going to have to think, well, you know what? Today, they were just in a completely different world from the one that we were in. Twist, you could see it as well, just happily fighting in the middle. I got to be careful hiding inside of the smoke. Nexer is there. He's had a tough game so far on Mirage. 3 kills, and he's not going to find one this round. Another through the smoke. Twist will get the headshot. Brokey showing up to drop Dexter on the ramp. And again, like you pointed out earlier, every single step you take forward, it's another fight you have to win. You have to fight your way through every step of this map. Flames and Fiku. Good headshot from Fiku to take down Rocks at the very least. Kerrigan a little bit early on the shot, but he still brings down Flames. And it's all on Fiku, 1 versus 2.
Oh, and Twist is already flanking around, so Fiku thinks he's going to pick up the bomb and bail out. He is dead wrong, although Twist makes some footsteps a little bit late. I don't know if Fiku heard that. I think actually he did, and I think Twist realized the possibility of it.
Yeah.
So stalemate is called in the flank, but Fiku's never going to know that. And now all you can do is push forward. Twist rotating back around to double up with Kerrigan, and a strong 2v1 prospect for FaZe.
Be very hard to guess that it's now a double setup. Even if you win this fight, which he doesn't, Kerrigan will take him down. But if he did, does he really realize that Twist is going to be right behind him? He's in his mind probably thinking he's still behind him somewhere. Wow.
I admire Kerrigan as well, getting the early jump transition to the M4.
That's good, yeah. Get on that hype train.
Bring it back. I miss the M4. The A4, I should say.
Yeah. I quite like using it as well.
Yeah.
Never. I don't think I've really adjusted to using the M4A1, even though obviously that is a bit ridiculous.
Third timeout used by OG. Just trying to stop the bleeding at this point, but it seems absolutely impossible.
Yeah,
this run is wild. 13 of the last 14 rounds to FaZe.
I don't even know how.
Or, excuse me, 14 of the last 15. Let's say.
They just keep going. 14-6. And again, it's almost made worse by the fact that the opening rounds in the first half for OG was so convincing.
Yeah.
There were like almost 3 rounds, or at least 2 in a row where they had 5 people alive, and then another one where
Dexter was looking hot with the AWP.
Yeah. I think it was up to like 11-1 at some point. Like, it was very, very impressive. And now, that's just all history as far as FaZe are concerned. Good double kill for Rain. Grenades going deep as well. AWP shown up. They're going to find Rain eventually and getting a chance for a bomb plant behind that kill. So that's something to work with. Although they need a lot more control to actually win the round. Tech9's pushing forward, but Kerrigan controlling it very well, and he's going to get the kill on Nextra, so no problem. They clean it up, only losing Rain, and they get the 15. It's an absolute stomping right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless at this point. I don't even really know what to say. This is a FaZe team that's playing really well together at the moment. And OG just, yeah, this is a game where it feels like they can't do anything to calm it down, to slow it down. You can't dent this confidence out of FaZe.
A way to start a tournament. Obviously sets the expectations very high for the games that are going to be coming up with FaZe. You want to see them play like this all the time, because this is exactly what's made them so dangerous in the past. And it's been gone for a minute. Pushed up, Rain, aggression behind it. Dexter's able to get the kill. Good double on him. It's still a 3-on-3, and Fiku taking advantage. But you realize that there's someone in shadow. You know there was a double in middle. You just found one more player in the bomb side. It's kind of unlikely there's a 4th player basically on that A side. Fiku, though, has a good read of it. This is off. Well, it should have been a kill right there. Kerrigan able to take him down. I don't even know how.
Yeah, again, as you said, a good read, but you just can't win the fight. Kerrigan is going to use utility to delay anything heading towards A. And Brokey's already slid into perfect position. He's going to hear these footsteps call Kerrigan over.
Has the AWP in his back pocket, but will use the Deagle up close. And they're making a lot of noise. Kerrigan being wheeled in, trying for the headshot, but he's missing it. And now he's almost out of bullets as well. He does get the kill on Flames eventually. And Kerrigan there for the follow-up.